Thank you for tuning in here. We're here at Hodges Fieldhouse for the first game of the season here between the Iowa Central Tritons and the Mount Mercy Mustangs. We're out here. You've got Dan Johnson and
Michael Coates on color.
We've got starting five for your Tritons: Colin Shannon, number 2, number 12, Royshawn Webb, number 20, Dallas Bailey, number 22, Quintavious Eagle, and number 24, Cameron Jenkins. And for the Mount Mercy Mustangs, we've got number 2, Tyler Kelly, number 3, Brady Stoeffler, number 4, Devaria Loggins, number 5, David Johnson, and number 12, Ayub Deng. And it looks like the Mount Mercy Mustangs are going to win the tip here.
Iowa Central wins the tip.
Oh, my mistake there. And it looks like the Mustangs are going to come up with a steal there.
Trying to get that back right away. Just a little low, goes off the knee and ends up caravanning away to the other team.
Got number 5 here with the ball. And it looks like that 3 is going to come up a little short.
Bailey with the rebound.
Triton stuck under the basket there. Kick it out. Swinging it around here to the corner.
Over to Bailey.
Dumping it down underneath. Got the Tritons trying to drive it in there. Swing it out to the left wing. And it looks like the Mustangs are going to come up with the steal there. Number 2, Tyler Kelly.
That was a good front by Kelly there.
We've got number 5, David Johnson there, singing the first points there for the Mustangs at 3.
The excellent release right on the right corner there.
Got number 24, Cameron Jenkins here with the ball for the Tritons. Trying to make something happen. There we go. A beautiful pass there to number 20 for the Tritons, Dallas Bailey.
And that's what Dallas Bailey's going to give you. He's going to give you all the inside presence you could ask for from a big man in JCAA basketball.
Tyler Kelly out there with the ball for the Mustangs. Mustangs trying to get some more points up on the board here. A deep three there from Brady Stoeffler for the Mustangs. They
look like they have a soft zone trap scheme going on right now.
Oh, a little bit.
Possibly a man, too. They're playing pretty far off, though, so it looks like
it looks like the Mustangs are just kind of sagging off there on them. Nice shot there.
Royshawn Webb for the three-pointer there.
Beautiful shot there.
He just rose up and took it.
He did.
There wasn't much scheme to that. It was just one-on-one basketball, and he ended up winning that play.
Got number 12, Ayub, here with the ball. Trying to drive it in here. A nice pass to number 2, Tyler Kelly. Can't quite get it to fall. A nice rebound by number 12, Royshawn Webb.
It was good defense on the play by Quintavious Eagle as well. Stolen by David Johnson. He's coming back the other way. And
a nice finish.
Nice and easy.
Those fast break points right there are going to be the difference. They can really make the difference in a game.
I think that's what Mount Mercy's trying to do. They're trying to put just enough pressure on him in the
press
backcourt to try and speed them up once they do get in the front court.
Some swinging there by the Tritons. And it looks like they're going to call a travel there on number 12, Royshawn Webb.
And it looks like Mount Mercy might be dropping back into a 1-3-1 zone. Looks like they're staying man-to-man here.
Swinging it around here
for the Tritons. David
a nice screen there by Mount Mercy. Can't quite get it to fall. Triton's bringing the ball back down on their end of the court. A nice vision there by number 2, Colin Shannon, right there with the pass.
Jenkins is going to know where to get to the open spot as well. This team always plays well off the ball. They did last year quite a bit, and they are this year as well.
Ooh, can't quite get the shot to fall. Nice back door, though. Good thought.
Good thought. That was an excellent cut. Wide open shot. You just got to make those. That's the difference between wins and losses.
Triton's kicking it back out here. Nice penetration there by Roshan Webb. Couldn't quite get it to fall.
I like the mentality, though. Take it to the basket until they stop you.
Right.
And then you got the inside-out game available. Looks like it's went off really underneath the basket.
Going to stay here with the Mustangs.
Johnson wanted a foul call on that as well. I think he's going to be taken out right here. Not for that, but he was wanting that foul call pretty well.
Definitely.
Pretty bad on that one.
Mount Mercy trying to get the ball in here so they can get a shot off. A nice shot fake there. Kick it back out. Trying to get penetration. Can't quite get in there.
Some good defense to start off for the Tritons. They're talking, switching.
A nice recovery there by number 12, Ayub. Oh, a nice rebound there by Tyler Kelly to get it put back up there.
Dang's been really aggressive with the left hand, trying to take the ball to the basket. Get some easy baskets here to start. Good defense there.
A good defense there by the Mustangs.
Able to get a clean block. Dang aggressive against the basket, but cannot capitalize yet again.
Couldn't quite get it there.
These guys they're taking it to the basket.
They really are, and it's a good mentality.
You know, to shoot the shot, it's not a very strong shot.
Right.
They're doing a lot of one-handed. You know, they're
trying to be a little
their
flashy.
Body, trying to get into open space, and it's just not very smart. Look like they're going to
travel. And another travel there on the Tritons. Looks like against Colin Shannon. Didn't look like he quite thought that should be the call, but you know, you just got to make sure you kind of keep your head on the steps. Make sure you remember your pivot foot and don't try to take any extra steps before you put the ball to the floor.
Absolutely. It was a close call, too.
Definitely.
We'll see if they continue making small errors like that, or if they can get the screws tightened throughout the rest of this first half. I'm going to call a block. I'm going to call offensive foul on number 4.
First foul of the game. You got to make sure you're set on those screens so you don't get anything called for that.
Moving screen called.
All right.
That was on Loggins for Mount Mercy.
Triton's doing a pretty good job of getting through that press there.
They're handling the press pretty well in the backcourt. At first, they were getting a little sped up on the offensive end because of that as well.
Nice rebound there by your looks like that pass there got broken up by
Jenkins. A little aggressive.
A wide open shot there. Couldn't quite get it to fall. So your Tritons are going to come back down the court. Nice vision there. Nice recovery there.
Good defense by Devin Lard.
Tritons here trying to penetrate. Took a little bit of a step back jumper there by number 20, Dallas Bailey.
If Bailey stays aggressive here, they could look to extend a lead here.
Yeah.
Good help defense by Bailey. Looks like he slipped up a little bit.
Looks like number 21 from the Mustangs, Devin Lard, was able to draw the foul there.
We did have a substitution coming for the Tritons. We had Jacorian Dalton, number 40, checked in the post for the Tritons. I think he replaced Quintavious Eagle. We'll see if that makes a big difference down low or if that matchup's a little better for the Tritons.
Looks like we've got Barry Doe handling the ball for the Mustangs. Passes it off. Bit of a deep three there from the Mustangs.
Just missed. Good rebound.
Definitely. A nice kick out there by the Tritons. Couldn't quite get it to fall there. Shannon thought he had that.
Good open look, though.
Definitely. You got to take those shots.
Another open look.
A deeper three by Barry Doe there from the Mustangs.
Barry Doe.
Barry Doe, yeah.
That's an excellent name.
That definitely is. I like that name.
Bailey's a big man that can really extend out behind the three-point line.
And that's one of the nice things about basketball nowadays. Just because you're big doesn't mean you can't shoot.
Exactly.
They're really extending their range, big men.
The European games influenced a lot of big men in the USA now when it comes to their overall technique for basketball. Everyone's got to be able to do everything. There's no
It just makes you more versatile.
Yep. Best teams in the league have 5 guys that can spread the floor, shoot from the three-point range. All big men now are almost assumed to at least have a mid-range game. And if they don't, that's something you can work on. Compared to defense-wise, it's changed a lot, too. If you look about 10 years ago to now, how you play defense
has really changed.
A completely different game.
Yeah.
So you're not trying to just slam it in the post and just hope for foul calls.
Right.
And maybe more of the technique side of things for big men down in the post, coming to footwork and, angles off the glass. Tim Duncan was amazing.
Oh, he really was.
But things have really expanded out, and it's almost came to a 5-guard league.
You've got those newer guys like
guard skills all across the board.
You've got those newer guys like Mo Bamba coming in and into the NBA, and they've got to know how to do everything, and they do. Tritons break that press once again to get down to their end of the court.
They're handling it very well in the backcourt still.
Oh, yeah. Ooh, a nice pass there to number 40, Jacorian Dalton. He finishes that nicely off the glass.
Ball movement and body movement's been pretty well. They've both been strong suits for Iowa Central so far through this first half.
Mustangs on their end of the court here. Kick it
Art
back
thought
out.
about throwing that backdoor pass.
He did.
He pulled it back. It was a good fake.
A nice fake.
Strong spin move.
A nice spin move there by Darius Wooten. Able to finish that layup. Iowa Central trying to get an open shot here. Sharing the ball on the outside. Nice open shot there by the Tritons. Couldn't quite get it to fall. Mustangs coming back with it. Swinging the ball around the outside of the arc. A nice pass out there by the Mustangs.
Barry Doe had already hit 1-3 pretty deep tonight, and look, he was trying to get a second one there, unable to get it.
It just
in the left corner.
Looked kind of contested there. Dalton there tried to finish that, couldn't quite get it. Mustangs slow it down a little bit. Nice broken up pass there by Royshawn Webb. He just seems like he's been getting rebounds, broken up passes. He's been doing good on the offensive end. He's looking good so far this game.
Royshawn Webb was a really good defensive player last year. He played very good team ball. When last year they had Trey Croft, a little more of an explosive offensive player, then
a nice steal there, and he finishes Colin Shannon with a fast break opportunity, and he sure took that opportunity.
Steal in the hoop.
Yeah.
It was a 1-2 punch. No, but Royshawn Webb's a really good defender. I think he improved his offensive game over the break, and I think his game's going to look a lot different this year.
And a jam there from number 40, Jacorian Dalton. He just rose up. Nobody in front of him. He saw the opportunity and took it.
Big man went up and threw the ball down.
And, if there's one thing that can energize your team, it's a dunk,
Absolutely. I can spark a 15-point run.
Oh, yeah.
In either way.
Looks like there's going to be a foul called there on the Tritons. They're going to sub in number 30, Jaden Kepper.
He's a sophomore, but didn't get extended playing time last year. Played a little bit towards the end of the year. I think he started to develop more as a player, and we'll see if he can make an impact on this year's team.
And if you want to make an impact, the first game is the first place to start.
Absolutely.
And get you plenty of playing time.
After practice.
Yeah, after practice. That is a good point.
Is the first place for you to capitalize. Show your coaches, your coaching staff, what effort level you're willing to put forth and what type of offense you can bring to the table as well.
Definitely.
Having a discussion at the time. Looks like they got everything squared away.
Mustangs get the ball in. Trying to get some space here. Kicks it back out. Mustangs penetrate. Ooh, couldn't quite get it there. Looks like we're going to have a foul on number 40 for the Tritons, Dalton.
Dalton looked like he was just a tad early on that block.
Yeah.
Caught a little elbow. Now they're going to send number 15, Darius Wooten, to the line here for 2.
Looks like he sinks that first one.
A little bit of friendly roll there.
Yep.
Helps him out.
Yep. Tritons get through that press.
Tritons break that box trap press. Dalton
And a nice finish there.
Some actual work on the block. That time it came to fruition, though. The first couple times he put a good
He
move
looked like
on him,
he had a
put
little
the ball
trouble.
up on the glass. Was not able to get the hoop to go. But on that one, he was able to get the foul and the hoop.
We'll see if he can get the three-point play here. Dalton gets it to fall there.
That's
a beautiful
give him
three-point
7.
play. Looks like the Tritons starting to press here.
Going to go with a pretty simple box trap. Going to get a push.
On the Tritons there, it looks like.
Looked like it was a push on Shannon there, a blocking foul. Both teams are running a similar offenses as well. They're running a cross weave.
Right.
Just trying to get one-on-one opportunities, get some of their playmakers with the ball in their hand with an opportunity to score. So far, not a super high-scoring game, but not necessarily a struggle on the offensive end. Just try a reasonable first game, just trying to get your feet wet and get set into the season.
And that's the thing. You kind of use this first game to help you understand what works for you in a game situation. Mustangs with a three-pointer there. DeVaria Loggins got it there to fall.
This Mount Mercy team is not afraid to take deep jump shots.
They definitely are not. And, I mean, they look like they practice them.
More weave action.
And it looks like you're going to get number 24, Cameron Jenkins, there to get the three-pointer to fall. A nice spot, a nice shot.
He decided I better match that. I can't just let my team get scored on like that. I'll match it back on.
Got to answer back. Number 21, Devin Lard there draws the foul for the Mustangs.
He's been extremely aggressive on the block, forcing contact, wanting to get to the free throw line and get an opportunity to put points on the board. First one's good. Looks like number 44, Ibrahima Diallo, is coming in for the Tritons. He's going to give Dalton a rest.
He's a bigger guy in there. He's 6'9", 220.
From Senegal.
Yeah.
Second free throw good as well for Lard.
Looks like the Mustangs are backing off the press here. They just, it seems like the Tritons have been breaking through it pretty easily.
They don't have a very deep squad right now either. It looks like they have 9 guys total. So, trying to speed them up a little bit compared to, losing all your stamina here in the first half.
Right.
From the coaching standpoint, it's a smart play to back off now.
Looks like we got David Johnson called with a push there. Going to give the Tritons a pass in here. Tritons swinging it around. Kicking it back out there to the opposite wing. Tritons get it back out top. Try to penetrate here. And a nice finish there by Jenkins.
Diallo came up and set a really good screen there on the right side of the key and Jenkins was able to capitalize on it.
Mustangs with a little bit of a screen up top. Couldn't quite get that three to fall. A little bit deeper. Triton's kicking it back out there. And it looks like he draws a foul there, Jenkins. And it sounds like the foul there was on Davaria Loggins.
Not an aggressive body-to-body foul there, but he did catch just his forearm enough to get the call.
And, you know, you're usually not happy, and coaches usually aren't happy if it's a foul on a three-point shot.
On a jump shot in general, I mean, if they're already going up that far, you get a hand up and be ready to block out, but no need
for the
to
foul.
Put them to the free throw line.
Gets that second one to fall there. Looks like we've got number 14, Bay Etheridge, in there for the Tritons now.
Bay saw some limited playing time last year. We'll see if he catches a little bit more of the rotation this year.
Yeah. And it looks like Jenkins gets the third one to fall there.
Excellent,
and a nice steal there.
Jenkins. He was trying to draw a foul on that one, was able to do so.
Beautiful awareness there by Jenkins. Sinks the third shot, says, you know what, I want to get another one up. Gets the steal there and puts it up, draws the foul.
Well, and that's what happens when you're going against a press and you pass it to one side. That right side or the side that passed it has to lay back a little bit. You have to give your guy a reverse option.
Right.
And if you're even up like he was on that one, left side or the weak side of that press is going to be able to jump it and capitalize on it just like this. Get to a shot from the block and free throws. So it's a win-win for the defense just because, as you see there, he didn't have his reverse on the last one.
Mustangs able to break the press this time. Swinging it around. A little bit of a fake there. Tritons get the steal there again.
Excellent hands by Bailey. Gets a hand on the ball. Jenkins comes down with it.
Yep. Kicking it back out. A nice kick out there by the Tritons. Jenkins couldn't quite get that one to fall. Looks like we're going to have a foul here. Might have been a push over the back.
30-second timeout for Mount Mercy here.
Your Tritons here with the lead, 26-22. We've got about 7:54 left in the game.
Left in the first half here.
Left in the first half. My apologies there, Michael. And you know, it's looked like a pretty good game here for the Tritons and the Mustangs, especially for a first game.
First game, they've looked pretty smooth. We'll see what their adjustments are out of this timeout. First off, see if they'll stay in that press. Maybe they'll throw a man press on here with the timeout. Pressure the ball, try and get another turnover, try and get a couple more possessions up here, and we'll see what the Mount Mercy Mustangs do to counteract this press coming into the second half as well. Very patient, walking the ball up through this press.
Mustangs, top of the key here. Swinging it out to the left wing. Back out. 3. Oh, a little bit of a miscommunication there by the Tritons. 2 go up for the rebound, and they just poked it out of bounds. So the Mustangs are going to get the ball here under their own basket. Looks like we're going to have number 22, Contavious Eagle, check in for the Tritons here. Mustangs able to get the ball in.
Yep, he comes in for Diallo.
Mustangs couldn't quite get that 3 to fall. Tritons are going to come back with the ball on their end of the court. A wide open Triton there. Little long.
Kepper just a little long on that 3. Excellent.
A wide open man there. Number 5, David Johnson for the Mustangs. Good vision on the Mustangs' part.
They took one dribble. He caught it on about the elbow, took one dribble, saw his guy cutting backside, and knew this is just mashed potatoes and gravy. Dumping it down right on the block.
A good idea there by the Tritons trying to get it down in a little closer to the basket, but Mustangs were just able to poke it out.
Johnson being aggressive again.
You know, he's just getting those shots to fall. He's getting in there.
A left-handed hook floater and nothing but net.
Looking a little bit like Magic Johnson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar with the hook shots out there.
Tritons call a 30-second timeout. I think Pilcher wants to go over what he wants defensively out of his squad and what he's actually getting. He's not necessarily the happiest man on the planet right now.
Coming out of the timeout, we've got a tie game, 26-26, with 6:40 left in the first half.
This Mount Mercy squad doesn't have the most size. They got Devin Lard, who is 6'3", and they got Tyler Kelly, who's 6'4". But all of them play like guards. They're 6'4". Tyler Kelly, he is a guard.
Right.
They have a forward and a center on this team, and that is it, other than guards.
Right.
So if I'm the Tritons, I know exactly where I'm going with this ball. I'm getting into the paint. I'm getting down in the block, trying to go to the free throw line.
Yep.
They only have 9 players, Run them dead and shoot your free throws. That's the goal here.
Mustangs penetrate there. A nice shot there by number 15, Darius Wooten there from the Mustangs.
He had that underhand. He went around the Bailey. He had his hands straight up in the air. Was able to hook underneath him. Really easy layup for him. Bay just a little long. Excellent hustle for the Tritons.
By Contavious Eagle there, he did a very good job of breaking that up there.
Eagle comes to set a screen.
Tritons try to get the ball kicked out there to number 30, Jaden Keppert, but couldn't quite get it there.
Tritons no longer pressing either, as both teams have kind of settled into half-court offense and trying to win each possession.
Mustangs swinging the ball, trying to penetrate. And it looks like they were able to get the Mustangs there with the travel.
I thought possibly they're going to call a jump ball
I
there.
thought they had it tied up there, but he must have taken a step or two.
Shannon came back in for Bay, Etheridge. We also had another sub. Prior to that possession, Aspen LaPointe came in. Got Royshawn Webb back on the floor.
Triton's doing a nice job of penetrating and kicking the ball back out when they see an open man.
I'm going to call a hook call on Jacob Perks. Take that back. Tyler Kelly for Mount Mercy. They were battling on the block there. Looked like Kelly had a bit of a size disadvantage. He tried to hold his ground, just got called for the foul. Wasn't able to keep it clean and hold his ground. So they bring in Lard back to stop Eagle. They didn't like that matchup on the block.
And it looked like Shannon might have caught an elbow there to the face from
Barry Doe. Looked like he got called for a hold. Looks like they're going to be in the bonus. They're going to be 1-1. Got just over 5 minutes left here in the first half. It's been a close game all half.
It really has. They've stayed within a pretty good amount of each other.
I don't think there's been more than a 6-point lead throughout this. Maybe just a handful of lead changes.
And it looks like we're going to have number 10, Kane Kramer, come in there for number 30, Jaden Keppert. Shannon got the first shot to fall, so we're going to see the second shot of his 1-1. Couldn't quite get that second one to fall. Mustangs come up with a rebound. Taking their time, trying to get the play developed here. Swinging the ball around. A nice pass out. He's going to kick it back out. A nice shot there by number 15, Darius Wooten for the Mustangs.
I wouldn't leave him open again. That man was saucy.
Triton's penetrating here. A nice pass there to number 22, Contavious Eagle.
That was
finishes
really
that off
nice
the glass.
left-handed hook pass there by Aspen LaPointe.
Yeah.
Just hooks it around the defender trying to draw a charge. Easy layup there for Eagle. Excellent hands by Roshan Webb.
Looked like they were trying to pass it out. Ooh.
Eagle landed very hard on the back of his head there.
He did. It looks like he's going to get helped up there.
He's going to feel that one for a little bit.
Yeah, it looked
got the
like
legs.
Might have been on the back of his head.
Yep, got the legs tangled up there. Trying to split the defenders and straight to the noggin.
Does not feel good hitting the back of your head straight onto the hardwood.
If it does feel good, please see a doctor.
Might be a concussion. Looks like we got 1-1 here for Eagle.
Oh, looks like they're going to call that foul on the floor.
Yep.
But they are in the bonus, able to get the 1-1. Right. See if Eagle can capitalize here.
Gets that first one to fall, so we'll be able to get the second one.
On the court now for the Tritons, we got Kramer, Webb, Eagle, Shannon, and LaPointe.
Eagle couldn't quite get that second one to fall. So the Mustangs are going to come back onto their end of the court with the ball. Starting out with two guards up top. Lard with the ball. Passes it off to number 1, Jacob Perks.
Excellent first step. Was able to beat him for the basket. Just left it right on the front porch.
And it looks like Webb is going to draw that foul there.
Got the legs tangled up. He's being aggressive, trying to advance the ball right after the rebound. Gets tripped up, going to go 1-1 here. 3 minutes, 44 seconds left in the first half.
It looks like there's been 9 fouls on the Mustangs so far, so the Tritons can draw one more. They'll be in the double bonus and be able to get those 2 shots.
And the Tritons themselves have 6 fouls, so the Mustangs only have to draw 1 more to be able to get into the bonus.
Free throw took a high bounce off the back of the rim, so the Mustangs were able to get the ball back. Mustangs trying to get something going here. Wooten takes another shot there. His past couple three-point attempts have looked a little bit forced.
He made that one. One looked really nice, and he got a little confidence underneath him, and he's kind of been riding it.
Right.
I think he'll make the adjustment and kind of tone it down. Maybe shoot half as much,
Trying to swing the ball around. Nice shot there by Shannon, and a nice tip in there by Eagle.
Eagle working on the offensive board. He's waiting.
Really is.
Nice, easy left-hand tip in.
Mustangs coming back with the ball here, passing it off to Lard. Lard drives in, draws the foul, and gets the bucket.
Hooping the harm, and he couldn't care less. He's focused. Lard's been working. He's the biggest guy on their team. He's their one center. He's working.
Looks like we're going to have number 20, Bailey, come in here for Eagle.
It's an interesting combination of players for the Tritons. Bailey, being usually a stretch 4, is in the position of the 5 right now, unless they want LaPointe being on the block. And they might just go for a 5-wide spread and just
right.
Dribble drive penetration.
Looks like the Tritons are going to have one man down low. A nice pass there. And a nice shot by number 10, Kramer. Gets that shot knocked down.
Kramer just looks like a deadly shooter.
He really does.
The ball, he can do some bad things with that.
Mustangs trying to penetrate here, draw the foul. Couldn't quite get the call. So the Tritons are going to come back down the court. A nice pass to Kramer. Ooh,
Shannon.
Couldn't quite get his hands on it there. We'll see if they call over and back here. Looks like the refs are going to talk about it a little bit.
It looked like it got tipped, and then it went off his head, and then it went back. So I don't think there was any true sign of possession.
Right.
But they're gonna say it was an over and back call. Give it to Mustang. Give it to the Mustangs. I don't know. That's a tough call.
It definitely is a tough call.
It was a very late call as well. That's another thing that
they kind of had to talk about it a little bit.
Yes, really frustrates the coaches and players.
But Shannon comes up with a steal there. We'll see if he can finish it, and he does. Makes up for that little over and back there with a fast break there. Mustangs going to come back.
Well, they recovered from that over and back pretty well. I didn't see what that call was.
I didn't quite either. Sounded like it was on David Johnson, though, from the Mustangs. Going to give the Tritons a ball. So, I mean, I'm not going to complain with the call.
Just on their 2-minute mark here in the first half here at Hodges Fieldhouse. If you're just tuning in, we have the Iowa Central Tritons going against Mount Mercy Mustangs. It's been a close game so far. A couple different defensive looks, some presses, traps. But both teams have handled everything thrown at them pretty gracefully.
Looks like number 23, LaPointe's going to get called with a little bit of a block there. You know, he's just trying to force the Mustangs out of bounds there, but a little bit of a push. So it's going to send Barry Doe to the line for a 1-and-1.
The Mustangs in the bonus and Iowa Central in the double bonus here to finish out the half.
Doe couldn't quite get that one to fall, so the Tritons come up with a rebound to try and make something happen here. Tritons kicking it back out, swinging it around. LaPointe to Shannon. And Shannon couldn't quite keep the handle on that ball. Turns it over to the Mustangs.
Excellent hustle by Kramer there. Able to hustle all the way back, beat the man to the block, and able to get the stop for his defense. And Webb, extremely aggressive. Takes it to the right side, able to get to the block, an easy layup.
They just get the ball back and say, I'll take that, and finishes the hoop. Mustangs trying to penetrate here. Lard looks like they're going to call travel there on Lard.
Another possible jump ball call.
Right.
There. Lard being extremely aggressive, but he's just going straight at the chest of Bailey there. Bailey was in the right position, makes a really good play to stop a layup.
LaPointe and Webb here trying to break the press, and they do. Looked like Shannon was open in the corner, but then Mustangs got good defense there. Webb finishes the bucket there. A nice little, looked like finger roll there.
Excellent free finger roll. And you see, when you have Bailey as your biggest man on the floor, you're able to space the floor out 5 wide. And all you got to do is beat the man right across from you, and there's no way they're going to be able to get there to help.
Right.
And guard the man in the corner. So it's one or the other. It's excellent offense to be able to run if your personnel matches for
right.
it.
Shannon bringing up the ball here. Gets some penetration. Looks like he drew the foul there.
Foul's going to go on Jacob Perks here. That's his first foul. Iowa Central's in the double bonus, so either way, they would have been going to the line here for 2 free throws. We'll see if Shannon can make his first.
Shannon misses the first one, but he'll be able to take a breather and hopefully sink the second one. Looks like he's able to knock down the second shot there, and we're going to have Etheridge coming in here for the shooter, Colin Shannon there.
No need risking your starting point guard getting a foul here on the press with 3 seconds left.
And number 12, Dang tried to get that shot to fall there last second, but couldn't quite get it. So we're going to go into halftime with your Tritons leading the Mustangs 42-33. Welcome back. We're here at Hodges Fieldhouse for the second half of the game between the Tritons and the Mustangs. Mustangs try to get the first shot to fall, but Bailey with the rebound there for the Tritons. So the Tritons are going to bring it down, get it to their end of the court, try to get a play going here. Looks like Jenkins with the ball there. He's going to penetrate, see if he can get a shot. Nice little fake and pass off there to number 22, Eagle, for the first shot of the second half.
Looked like the Mustangs were fronting down low again, so they dribble drive penetrated and kicked it over to the post guy after his man helped him on defense.
Right.
Excellent play.
With a little bit of a shorter team, you want to make sure that you front the post guys so they don't get any entry there. Mustangs off with a three-point shot, but looked like they got the rebound there. And number 2, Tyler Kelly, gets the shot to fall after his offensive rebound.
Working hard down there.
Yeah. Triton's trying to get the ball across half court there. And they're able to. Swinging the ball, get a nice wide open look there on the left wing. Couldn't quite get it to fall, but get the offensive rebound and get it to fall there. Number 12, Webb, able to get that rebound.
You have your guards offensive rebounding for you.
Yeah. You want to make sure you watch that shot all the way to the hoop and make sure that you can try and get the rebound, especially if you're on offense. Gets you a second chance. Mustangs there draw the foul.
It's going to be on Eagle.
That's going to be the first foul of the half there.
Looks like Stoeffler is going to go to the line here for 2.
And free throws seem like they've been about, 50% here. But, I mean, that's to be expected in your first game. Kind of get the feel for shooting free throws in a game, crowd around you.
Free throws is definitely got to be the easiest thing to do in the game.
Right.
There's no defense.
Mm-hmm.
You have a decent amount of time to shoot that shot. You got to make them. Comes down to if you want to win or if you don't care if you win or not.
Right. Got to make sure you're in the gym after practice, just putting up as many free throws as you can so you can perfect that ritual. Number 40 there, Dalton able to get that shot to fall for the Tritons.
Tritons just have so much length over this Mustang team. It's not much they can really do on the defensive side inside. Looks like a call travel.
It's going to be about the 4th or 5th travel, I think, that we've seen today. You just got to, like I said, make sure you got that pivot foot. Make sure you put the ball to the floor before you take an extra step.
It's been pretty even as well. It hasn't been just one team.
Right.
Turning the ball over a lot.
Trying to weave that pass through there. Couldn't quite get it. Mustangs picked it off.
Bailey
but looks like
makes up for his mistakes, gets a steal, tosses it down to Jenkins, and Jenkins was able to...
A nice fancy finish there, able to finish through the contact. Mustangs going to bring the ball back down their end of the court. Trying to draw the foul, couldn't quite get it.
Dalton playing excellent defense down there, straight up and down, not going to get any cheap calls.
And that's what you want to see as a coach, is that kind of defense. Wide open look there from the corner for the Tritons. Couldn't quite get it, but another offensive rebound there for Dalton.
Dalton just had an outstanding string of plays right there. He plays excellent defense down here. He gets the rebound. He advances it up to the outlet pass. The outlet pass gets it back to him in the middle. He drives it to the hoop, kicks it out for a wide open 3 on a 2-3 break, fast break. And then he gets the offensive rebound after that guy misses it and tips it back in. So that whole play sequence from the time the Mustangs shot the ball until we scored the ball on the other end was all Dalton.
The Tritons just seem like they're doing an amazing job all game of boxing out and using their length to get those offensive rebounds and get second chance shots.
And when on offense, they have that wide set. When they're able to get that ball into the post, it's all day. No one's stopping them. Even their guards are finishing strong. So it's all about getting it into the post for the rest of this game.
Triton's going to be pressing here against the Mustangs.
Seems like a weaker zone press, not really trying to force any turnovers, just getting their head a little bit.
And Mustangs able to break through the press pretty easily. Swinging the ball around here. Moving around the arc, getting some nice screens, cuts after the screens. Mustangs there just weren't really looking, tried to force a pass out. Little bit of a trip there by number 12, Dang. Looked like they just kind of got their feet tied up there. It looks like Lard and Wooten coming in there for the Mustangs, and Etheridge coming in there for the Tritons for Shannon. So the Tritons are going to get a pass in on the sideline here after that foul. Able to get it in easily. Jenkins passes off there. Etheridge with a wide open three. In and out. Another offensive rebound, but I think there might have been an over-the-back call there. We'll see. No, it looks like the Tritons are going to get the ball.
Looked like Dalton got fouled right before he went up there on the ground.
So keep it on the floor here. A nice lob-up pass there. Noticing that they have a little bit of size there, able to get the ball in. Etheridge trying to kick the ball out, got picked off by Kelly. Etheridge, good vision to kick it across the court. Little low. Getting a little flustered there on the handling, but able to regain their confidence. Tritons penetrating. No call. But the Tritons miss that shot. Mustangs get the rebound, so they'll bring it down on their end.
I think that was a good no call.
It definitely was.
I don't think there was any, reckless intent when he drove in there, and I don't think he was really moving either. Just might as well let the play go on. Didn't really affect it that much.
Mustangs with a three-pointer over defender.
Wooten,
little short.
A little short from the right wing there.
Triton swinging the ball around, keeping the play quick. Etheridge, another three, just a little bit off.
That's back-to-back threes he shot that have rimmed out. His confidence must stay up, though. He can't let himself get down. You got to stay chin up and keep shooting the ball. It's going to go in eventually.
And that's a big key when you're almost strictly a shooter, is to keep your confidence up and not get too down after you miss a shot. A nice finish there by Stoeffler for the Mustangs.
Very strong left-handed layup against a larger Dallas Bailey there.
Etheridge able to ride the sideline, get through the press pretty easily for the Tritons.
Looks like there's going to be a block call there on
Dang there.
Dang.
Yep. Few subs here for both teams.
We have Jesse Moss coming for the Tritons, and we're going to have Jacob Perks and Barry Doe come in for the Mustangs.
Triton's able to get the ball and swinging it around a little bit outside the arc.
If there's any matchup you got to take advantage of right now, it's whoever is going to be guarding Jesse Moss.
Nice penetration there by number 12, Webb. Couldn't quite get it to fall. Triton's able to slow down the Mustangs a little bit after they get across half court. Mustangs kick the ball out. Get a shot there. A nice shot there by DeVary Loggins. Tritons on their end, trying to get a little something going here. Swinging it around over to the left wing, penetration. A nice shot there by Jenkins. Couldn't quite get it to fall, though.
Jenkins, another strong take to the hole, unable to get that one to finish.
And there's another three by Wooten. And then a three by Loggins. And, Wooten just kind of seems like he needs to maybe step inside, get a couple mid-range shots, get his confidence back up, and then maybe try another three.
He looks just a half a step off here after his first couple shots looked very good.
Definitely.
They went in, or at least were close to going in,
yep.
And now it's just nowhere close.
Triton's passing in on the sideline here, able to get it in there to Jenkins. Back to Jenkins. Over to the corner. Throwing it down low there. And I thought that Dalton might have slammed that one home, but he had the nice touch there, which is also a good option.
He gave us one dunk earlier. He said that's enough.
He says, I need to hold off for the rest of this season. You'll get to see the jam later.
But that was really good form by him. Technique.
Definitely.
He caught the ball, kept it up, didn't let it drop down for a steal opportunity. And Lard's going to end up getting called for a travel here on the other end. Tritons get the ball back with a...
Looks like we're going to have a timeout there. With your Tritons ahead, 54-41 with 13:39 left in the second half here. And we're back here after the timeout. Got Mustangs and Tritons coming back out on the floor here. Looks like we've got same lineups here. Tritons are going to get the ball on the other end of the court under the Mustangs basket. Looked like the Mustangs might have pressed, but they backed off there. Looks like we're going to have a push there on Lard.
Lard seems to be getting a little frustrated. He's been putting out a lot of effort, and he doesn't have the size to be able to compete with the 3 or 4 big men that they've been throwing at him throughout the game.
He's a very aggressive player, but you don't want aggression to turn into fouling.
Exactly.
Heavy fouling.
Turn into aggravation, and
right.
And that's just not a smart play.
Looked like Loggins might have gotten tied up there on the shot with the Tritons. So that's going to send Eagle to the line for the Tritons.
Looks like David Johnson's going to be coming in for... I think it's Loggins that's going to be coming out over there. Yep.
Eagle able to sink the first one there. See if he can knock down the second one. Eagle off the front rim. Looked like the Tritons were trying to tip it out there, but the Mustangs get the rebound on that. Mustangs trying to get an open shot here. Looked like he might have dumped it off, but a nice pass there. Good vision. Lard able to finish that off, and that was pretty nice vision there by Perks to get that pass.
He had a lot of patience on that play, too.
Yeah.
He had a few opportunities there to really force that play, and he really stayed within himself and made the play that was smart.
Etheridge trying to penetrate, kicks it back out.
Oh.
Ooh.
Lard reading the eyes like a free safety on that play.
Looked like Moss was trying to get a pass there to the cutting Webb, but like you said, Lard had the nice vision there.
And it wasn't necessarily like Webb was wide open on that backside
right.
either. There was a guy tailing him, so that would have been an extremely difficult pass to
You've got to be careful on those passes to cutters. You want to make sure that you see everybody on the opposing team. Nobody could get in between the pass. Mustangs up at the top of the key. Pass to the right wing. Penetration here. It looks like they're going to call a block there on Etheridge from the Tritons, number 14.
It looked like he was just a half second late trying to get his body into position there.
You just got to make sure you get those feet set, you got your body set, and you're ready to draw a charge. Otherwise, it's going to turn into a block.
And that's got to be one of the toughest calls for a ref to make.
Oh, definitely.
Block charge. Everything's moving so fast. It's right on top of you. You can't really 100% tell either way sometimes on your angle, and you just got to be confident with your call and go from there. First one was sunk there.
Yep, Wooten looking pretty good there at the line. Looks like the Mustangs are going to keep 3 guys back, 1 off of the blocks, so they'll be ready on defense here.
Looks like more of a three-quarter soft press with a man press.
And trying to press him and get him boxed into that corner there, but didn't quite work. Jenkins with the pass there. Webb with the ball.
Kendrick Foster checked in for the Tritons right now.
Etheridge with the 3. Gets it to fall. A nice shot there. The nice follow through with the hand and everything. Just a beautiful shot for him right there from Etheridge.
And that's where, trust in yourself as a shooter, as a player overall.
Right.
Just trust in yourself, knowing you can make those shots. He had 2 close misses earlier in this game, and he remained confident enough to trust himself in the shot, and he was able to put it in. And he was able to come up with a rebound.
Ooh, a nice behind-the-back dribble there, showing off the handles.
Foster aggressive off the left hand.
Looked like he might have been able to get it to fall, but came a little short. Still gets the foul, though.
Tyler Kelly comes over, tries to help out on defense, and ends up getting called for the foul on that.
So it looks like we're going to have Foster at the line for 2 here.
And it looks like the Mount Mercy is going to be almost in the bonus. Next foul, Tritons will be shooting 1-and-1 free throws.
Yep, got 6 fouls as of now. Foster not able to knock down the first one, but I'll have a second to take a breath at the line and try and knock down the second one.
First impression of Foster is the first time I've been able to take a look at Foster play. He's got some very good speed to him. I feel like he can get some better ball handling, at least on that one play. If he can get some more ball handling skills under his belt, he'll be able to be a really effective slasher.
Kelly with a wide open shot there. Wasn't able to quite knock it down. Etheridge with a nice pass over there. And Jenkins there able to knock down the 3. They're heating up here behind the arc a little bit.
Off an excellent read from Foster. Kicks it out. Corner 3, wide open. One of their best shooters.
Mustangs over here on the left wing trying to get it to the top of the key. Jenkins able to break that up there, knock it out of bounds. A good stop there to slow down the pace a little bit by Jenkins.
Looks like Jenkins is going to come out of the game, and Bryce Armstrong is going to come in for him.
Mustangs on the right wing trying to penetrate. Puts up a little floater shot. A nice shot knocked down there by David Johnson from the Mustangs.
And it looked like Eagle could have had a look at that at least to get a block, but he played it safe. Stayed feet on the ground, straight up and down.
Foster over on the left wing. Passes it off to Webb. They get it into the post. A nice little fadeaway shot off the front of the rim. It looked good. A nice strip there by number 4, Bryce Armstrong, able to get it back. They've got a nice little lob pass there. Couldn't quite flush it down, but still a nice play there. Finished off by Eagle.
That's a couple times that the Tritons have been living above the rim tonight.
You always like to see those plays as a coach where the head goes a little bit above the rim. You're like, my guys can get up.
The entertainment value of your team goes up a little bit when that happens. David Johnson, easy left-handed layup.
Yeah, able to find him there under the basket. A good look.
Just halfway through the second half. It's going to be 9:40 left in the second half.
Etheridge bringing the ball up here for the Tritons. Penetrating. Getting the ball down low. Getting a little bit of trouble there. Mustangs able to come up with the ball. Etheridge with a foul there at half court. Slow down the pace of the game a little bit. Trying to go for the strip, just, tried to go for the ball. Got a little more.
For the Mustangs, we got Loggins, Stoffler, and Perks coming on, I believe. I take that back. That was Dang. Dang came on as well. So you have Perks, Stoffler, Loggins, Dang.
Mustangs Kelly. Shot at the line there. Couldn't quite get it to fall. Tritons coming down quick. right wing there, get it down low. Looks like Dalton's going to draw the foul there. Sounds like it's going to be a foul on Tyler Kelly, his third foul. Looks like we're going to have Dalton shooting 1-1 here as the Tritons are in the bonus. Dalton's shot goes off the back iron there. Mustangs put a shot up there, a little off.
You see about 16 arms fly up.
Yeah, they all wanted that rebound. We'll see who ends up with the ball here. Sounds like the foul there was on the Tritons, so the Mustangs are going to end up with the ball here under their own basket. Nice pass out to Kelly there. Swing it up to the top of the arc. Mustangs able to hang on to the ball there after a little bit of a sketchy exchange. Loggins with the ball on the left wing. Back up to the top of the arc. And I believe the call was a travel there. And travels have just kind of turned into a killer here in this game. Turnovers for both teams.
Yeah, teams have gotten a little sloppy here in the second half. First half, there wasn't as many travels.
Right.
But they were still somewhat sloppy in the first half and turned the ball over.
Yeah. And another travel, just as we were talking about him there, by Armstrong. And, you know, just because you have the lead, you still got to, you know, maintain the high play that you would have if it were a 2-point game or a tie game, because coaches are going to be watching you as we see Armstrong leaving the game there.
This Mount Mercy team has had a size disadvantage in every single position so far this game, and they haven't let that affect them to the standard I felt like they were going to, at least at first.
Right.
So with the Tritons, their mindset's got to be to keep the foot on the your gas pedal, continue expanding this lead, doing things well, or else it's just that's the way you play the game. You have to continue to want more out of yourself, to continue to get better, and play 40 minutes of basketball really well, not just 20 or play it really well 5 minutes and then coast for the rest.
Right. Another offensive rebound there by Webb in the finish. That's just been the story of the game for the Tritons there is rebound, rebound, rebound.
Yeah. Bailey, very aggressive, takes the ball to the basket for one of the first times tonight, and it was a little off. He was a little hot, but I think that's the thing he has to focus on doing throughout the season is continue taking the ball to the basket. We all know he can shoot the ball. He shouldn't stop shooting the ball from deep, but you also need to take the ball to the hoop every now and then. Right,
and that's a nice thing about the first game of the season is you can go back, look at the film after the game, and go, okay, this is what I didn't do too well. I'm going to go into the gym and fix it.
So that's the thing with your game. You can't be emotionally connected to it because you got to be able to sit there and pick it apart and make it better.
Mm-hmm. Have the Mustangs with the ball on their side of the court here, trying to penetrate. A kick out there to the corner. A little bit off there.
Lard as well, so it's going to be Triton basketball. Just under 7 minutes left here in the second half. First game of the year. Tritons versus the Mustangs here in Hodges Fieldhouse.
Looks like we're going to have an almost bench clearing substitution there for Mount Mercy. Tritons on their side of the court here. Shannon, top of the key, kicks to Jenkins. Nice inside look there by Jenkins. Back out. A nice three there by Jenkins.
That's not an easy shot.
It
was not necessarily catch and shoot. He adjusted to catch the pass itself, puts it up with a guy in his face. That was an excellent shot from Jenkins.
Tritons nearly break up that pass. And, you know, that's not really a shot that you want to take. Looked like Webb was out there on Loggins. So you want to try and make something happen other than forcing up the shot and trying to make it to fall.
Looks like that's going to be a push on Bailey. Jaden Keppert comes into the game for Royshawn Webb.
Mustangs trying to get the ball in here under their own basket. Pass it out to the top. Gonna get it on the other end of the court, bring it back over to their end.
You could hear the Mount Mercy coach screaming right there. It looked like the man passing the ball in must have missed a read.
A nice offensive rebound there and finished by number 4 Loggins for the Mustangs. Way to keep with his shot. Did a very good job of that.
Hopping all over the place down there.
Triton swinging the ball around. A nice three-point shot there. A little off the back iron. Pops up. Mustangs going to bring it down to their end. Number 5.
Johnson unable to get it to go.
And that's not really something you want to see as a coach. It seems like they're just coming down and settling for the first shot they get, which seems like a little bit of a contested three-point shot. And you at least want to take a few seconds and see if you can make something better happen.
Absolutely, especially when you're down. You want to get as many good looks as possible. I'm not saying you need to wind the clock down until there's 5 seconds left to shoot every single possession. But you have to be taking good shots to be able to get back in the game. Go take it to the hoop, try and get the other team in foul trouble, get into their head, and go from there. You can't just take one dribble pull-ups from the three-point range and expect that just to be your save-all at the end of the day.
It looks like we had a little bit of a push there by Foster. Going to send number 5, Johnson, to the line for the Mustangs for his first of 2 free throws.
First one good for Johnson. No subs on this possession, as it's just over 5 minutes to go here in the second half. Tritons with a sizable lead, trying to close out this game as strongly as they started it.
And that is one thing the Tritons have done pretty well, is get through that press, not letting it get to them, staying calm, and getting to their end of the court and then setting up the offense.
Absolutely. They got a lot of veteran backcourt
A nice
players,
cut there.
just like Jenkins there, who had a lot of playing time last year. He played extremely well, spelling Trey Croft. He was able to practice and work with Trey Croft every single day, as well as Pilcher, and he shows. It shows how much is rubbed off, or at least that he's taken from his game or elevated from it. Jenkins was his second guy, other than Shannon. Shannon started with him, and then Jenkins was that off-the-bench three-pointer. You know, late in the game, he was going to be your spark plug, and I think he's going to be the core of this offense as it moves forward this season.
And you made a good point there. People get a little bit nervous when teams lose maybe their star or a few star players. But like you said, they kind of rub off on maybe first years from that year, and then they'll take some of the stuff that they learned and implement it into their second season.
Absolutely. And that's a little different than, you know, your usual universities.
Right.
After an excellent jump shot there from Foster on the right side. With universities, you got 2 years, 2-year blocks pretty much, where you got one guy starting and you got people learning and being crafted by them. A
nice shot there by, looked like it was Doe from the Mustangs.
Yes.
Got one to fall. Maybe they'll heat up here, catch a little bit of momentum, maybe get a few more shots to fall.
They're going to have a lot of open threes to be able to come back here.
Right.
Not much time left, just over 4 minutes left in the second half. And the Tritons holding a pretty commanding
20-point lead there, 76-56. What do you want to see as a coach? 4 minutes, about 4 minutes left in the game, down by 20. What do you want to see from your players if you are Mount Mercy or Iowa Central?
Well, first off, as for Iowa Central, you want to make sure you stay classy. You don't want to be, looking like you're trying to run the score up or, trying to hurt other players or anything like that. So, obviously, first thing for the Tritons is clean ball. you play clean, and we get out of here with this win that we almost have locked up.
Right.
For Mount Mercy, I want to see who continues to keep their foot on the gas pedal, who doesn't give up, who is going to be your leaders or leader here in this fourth quarter. Who's going to be the guy that you lean on for the rest of the year for leadership on the court? This is a huge spot. I know you learn some things in practice, but some guys are just game time, gamers. So you'll get a read of that here in the last part for Mount Mercy.
4 minutes down by 20 points. It's not a wash game. A lot can happen in basketball. You watch March Madness, stuff happens there all the time. You just have to play with heart there and keep yourself in that game.
You have to play smart, and you also need to get some turnovers.
Most
that
definitely.
press, what they just went into right there, I think that was a smart move on the side of Mount Mercy. Get something started. See if you can get a few tip balls. Get your guys, their morale back up, and maybe put in a few baskets. Cut it to a 10-point game here with 3 minutes or 2 minutes left, and then you go from there.
Right. Tritons are going to inbound the ball here from in front of their own bench. Swinging it around over there into the corner. Not quite sure what the call is yet.
Looks like we're having some time issues here. Everyone just wants to be on the same page.
Right.
But that's too blown. Just with the play's been called dead within 10 seconds. Looks like the clock's back up and running now.
Foster penetrating. Nearly had a block, kicked it out there to Jenkins. Back up to Shannon at the top.
And already, as you see, Iowa Central slowing down, taking more possession of the ball, trying to drain that shot clock down. Mount Mercy's chances slowly go with that shot clock that they're winding down.
Right. A nice save. Toss it back in bounds there by Bailey. Shannon bringing the ball up for the Tritons.
You see, that's where, right there, at 5 seconds from the free throw line to half court, that's a lot of opportunity defensive-wise to get that ball.
And another offensive rebound and finish there by Bailey.
Just too easy on the far side on the block for Bailey. Slips in, puts a hip into him, able to get the easy board, left-hand layup.
Nice shot there by Doe. Hit that three-pointer there. And, if you're the Mustangs, when you're on the defensive end, you want to make sure that you're boxing out. Because just because a guy's got half a foot on you doesn't mean that he should get every rebound. If you box out well enough, you can gobble up a lot of those boards.
Absolutely. And it comes down to, if you're in a man-to-man set, just finding somebody.
Yeah.
And in zone, it's even tougher to be able to go out and just find someone to block out. In man-to-man, you have a guy, all the time. You're lined up with them every play.
Right.
So it's easy to go find him and block out. Once you get into these presses and these zones, you might have someone that's farther back down the court that's their guy. Someone's got to block out.
That's a good
point. So it comes to helping the next man up.
A nice cut there by 42 Foster for the Tritons. He had a nice one on the last possession that the Tritons had as well.
And you see that
finish.
That's where his speed comes into play. You don't have to worry about your ball handling when you're cutting baseline.
That's a good point.
So
if you just run that baseline and you're quick enough to get open, you're going to get plenty of shots, wide open shots.
We'll see how patient the Tritons are here.
Right.
20
you
seconds
don't want
left on the shot clock. No need to just put up a terrible shot. If it's an open layup, you take it. That's points. But
Tritons with a little bit of a turnover there by number 30, Keppert.
Excellent take off the dribble there by Doe.
A very nice job there by Doe.
That's back-to-back plays. This is something to work on, at least for the Tritons here. Keppert right there. He didn't have a great offensive possession right there. He gives the ball away on a turnover. And then he comes back, and he has a one-on-one situation on defense. You take away the middle, make him drive baseline or to the sideline, and he lets him go straight to his left, which is right along the paint, and is able to just take it straight to the hoop with no defensive pressure. That's back-to-back misplays, at least. Something to take away from this game, or at least that section of plays.
Right. I feel like that's something you watch if you're in the situation that the Tritons are in right now. You're watching for guys that are jogging back on defense, guys that are not playing to the best of their ability, handling the ball the best they could on the offensive end.
Absolutely.
And coaches will look for that.
This is the first chance for the Triton's coaching staff to see him in an actual live game setting with the players on the court. So there's going to be some screws that need to be tightened.
Oh, yeah,
and
most definitely.
That's going to happen throughout this next few months as we watch this Triton basketball season develop, as we get into conference play, and once we see them go against a little better competition size-wise. I think Mount Mercy's played very well, but they're just so small that it's tough to match up against a full-fledged team.
Triton's with a little bit of trouble getting through the press here.
Dylan Hay.
And you can't let those plays get to you. It's going to happen where you get a little bit flustered in the press. You just got to come back, keep yourself composed, get across to your half of the court, and take it from there.
I think that was the first time they've really done that throughout this game.
Yeah.
Get a little ahead of themselves in the backcourt.
Mustangs there with a nice finish. Looked like it was Stoeffler there with the taking the finish. And if you're Mount Mercy, it's not a bad game, because looking at the benches from up here, Iowa Central is nearly double what Mercy has on the bench.
Absolutely. There's a lot of positives you take away from this game if you're Mount Mercy. But, I mean, with any game that you play, there's going to be an equal amount on both sides. There's going to be things that you can fix, unless you are, the dream team.
Right.
Like, there's nothing you can really – there's always going to be things to improve upon.
Nice rebound there by the Mustangs, and Wooten able to knock down the three. Mustangs doing a good job with the trap here, getting them to pick up the ball. And it looks like the 10-second call.
That comes from the coach right here. He's sitting there hounding on him. He's yelling at the refs, hey, it's been 10 seconds. Come on, give my guys a call. And his guys were backing him up. They were playing really tough defense.
Yep.
Probably the best defense they played in that trap or press, whatever you want to call it, throughout this game. And they're able to get the call there at the end.
Looks like the Mustangs.
Looks like Doe's going to be going to the free throw line here.
Looks like it, yep.
It's going to be 1-and-1 opportunity here. It's the last 1-and-1 opportunity for the Mustangs as they're in a 1-and-1. But the next foul will put them into the double bonus.
About 47 seconds left in the game. You got your Tritons up 82-68 against the Mustangs.
You got a lot of guys here for the Tritons who got some playing time today. I don't think this is what their normal rotation is going to be, though. I think Pilcher likes to keep the start of the season where you have a larger block of players that you put in there, trying to give more kids chances, to prove themselves. But towards the end of the year, you got to start, putting your best talent out there. And if you got a guy that can just play 40 minutes a game, or 35 to 40, really out there for the majority of the game, you can't take minutes away from that player to give it to someone who isn't deserving.
Right.
So the start of the season, you're going to see a lot of different guys getting playing time. Try to find their own spot in the rotation. But I think by the end of the season, he's going to get it down to about an 8 or 9 tops rotation, kind of how Mount Mercy was today.
Right. And, this is one of the nice games for the Tritons. It's a home game. You're able to rotate a good amount of the guys in so the fans, possibly parents, can see their kids play. And, everyone just kind of goes home happy.
Yeah, it's a win-win situation.
Exactly.
For Mount Mercy, you're not happy with the end result of this game, but you have a plethora of positives to take home with you after a game like this. You're going and playing a team that's got, it's not a JV team, it's a varsity team, and they've got, all their guys. They got a solid team of 12 to sub in, maybe 13.
Mustangs turn over the ball there. Triton's able to pick it up.
Really easy to do with this much time left.
Right.
Getting ahead of yourself. Still playing really good defense. That's something you got to love. That's something you got to take away as a positive here at the end of the game. For Mount Mercy is they're still hustling. They're still trying to get tip balls. They're still, in minds and body still in the game. They're not.
Right.
They haven't taken their foot off the gas.
They just had that nice little trap there in the corner right across the half-court line, able to tip it out of bounds.
And you don't see any real disrespect from the Tritons either. So that's another positive.
That's been a very good game, sportsmanship-wise.
Yep, a
as
review
well as
from that 4-minute mark. Mount Mercy's goal was to continue playing hard. The Iowa Central Tritons was to play clean, and they both were able to come up positive on those goals as they closed the game here with the last 4 minutes.
Right. It looks like the Tritons are going to hold it there at the end, able to come away with the win against the Mount Mercy Mustangs, 84-70. The next time you'll be able to see your Triton men in action at Hodges Fieldhouse will be November 6th against Marshalltown at 7 p.m.
Absolutely. As you go into that is a varsity versus varsity game. Marshalltown always plays well in Fort Dodge, so you're going to see probably less people play.
Right.
And then the people that did play, maybe in a smaller role. I think your starter is going to be on the court for the majority of it. And at the end of the day, I think it's going to be just overall more competitive game.
Right.
But I think that was a really good home opener for the Iowa Central Tritons. I think Coach Pilcher gets a little better idea of how his team's going to perform this year, who's going to perform, who's going to be their leaders, both on and off the court. But until next time, I've been Michael.
I've been Dan.
So thanks for stopping by Triton Nation. Make sure you like and subscribe to the page.